What happens when I reboot a system that has received KernelCare updates? One of two things. If you have updated the kernel package on disk and are booting into the more recent version, then upon booting, KernelCare will look for and apply patches for the now running kernel. Typically, more recent kernels will have less patches to apply, or none yet if it's very recent. Alternatively, if you boot to the previously running kernel, KernelCare will check for applicable patches for that version and apply them during boot. The system will be protected from boot. Do I have to reboot the system to uninstall a KernelCare live patch like with other live patching solutions? No. You can uninstall any patch set if for some reason you choose to do so. Maybe a patch introduces a performance issue that was unexpected or particularly impactful for your workload. It's just as easy as applying the patch in the first place, no reboot required. However, it is advisable to apply other forms of mitigation if you do so, if there is any. My vulnerability scanner says that a vulnerability is still present on a KernelCare protected system, and KernelCare claims to have fixed it. What happened? Vulnerability scanners will often check a system by examining the list of deployed packages and their versions, as they are on disk. Unless the vulnerability scanner is configured to check in-memory patch presence, it is unfortunately possible to receive false results during a scan. We recommend checking our documentation for guidance on how to configure popular vulnerability scanners for proper integration with KernelCare, or consider TuxCare's Radar, a vulnerability scanner that provides out-of-the-box support for live patching and end-of-life patch detection. What types of vulnerabilities are covered through KernelCare Enterprise? KernelCare Enterprise will apply patches for all vulnerabilities, regardless of criticality or risk score. Endless is a very long time. What's the actual limit for support on a given distribution? Since there is no technical barrier preventing us from continuing to offer support, we will effectively continue to support distributions while there is demand for it. We will likely provide support for a given distribution in excess of the hardware lifetime where that distribution is running. If there is no official vendor support, where are you sourcing your fixes and updates from? TuxCare has a strong engineering team, with a track record of many years developing in-house security fixes for open source projects, backporting upstream project fixes for newer versions, and analyzing vulnerabilities to ensure correct measures are in place for a given vulnerability. As such, we strive to provide fixes that more closely match newer version fixes for the same problem, either by backporting code or, when that is not an option, developing it in-house directly. Is the ELS service deployment disruptive for the system workload? No. The deployment of the service consists in adding an additional repository to the package manager configuration, yum, apt, whatever you're using. There is no interruption of any service or any reboot involved. The same is true for removing ELS if you so choose, simply by disabling the additional repository from the package manager configuration. How are updates applied through ELS? All the updates are received through your existing tools. Whatever package manager is used in the system will look for updates and download new versions of packages exactly as it did before, just from a different source. All your existing automation scripts and reporting tools will continue to work with no changes required to them, or to any other part of the infrastructure. What packages are covered by ELS? ELS provides security updates for critical system packages like the kernel, shared libraries, and also a long list of common system packages. You can find the full list on the TuxCare website, under the ELS product page. It is also common for requested packages to be added to the list, so if you're considering ELS but use an uncommon setup, let us know about it and we can consider including the packages you rely on. Is version so-and-so of a given distribution supported by ELS? How can I find out? ELS supports common enterprise Linux distributions that have gone past their end-of-life date. This includes multiple versions of CentOS, Ubuntu, Oracle Linux, Alma Linux, and others. You can check cve.tuxcare.com to see the list of currently supported distributions and versions, as well as the status of any patches for them. In this website, you can also see the list of packages supported by ELS and the patches released for them.